Well, welcome back to the broadcast. I finally have some good news to share with you guys. It's not every day that we have something good to report. In fact, it's been very rare lately seeing that the Democrats are in charge of pretty much everything. And I'm not just talking your typical Democrats. I'm talking about your radical leftist Democrats who are attempting to steal everything from us and even imprison their own opposition. It's been a sick, disturbing world. But the good news is Joe Biden can step to the side because the Democrats have a brand new threat, and this threat is coming from conservatives. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the fact that there has been a mountain of lawsuits against the Democrats for their repeated attempts to silence conservatives and blacklist us, to make us not have a voice. This is a huge step in the right direction, because I don't know about you. Well, I know you guys are in agreement with me on this, but I'm sick and tired of the Democrats stealing every ounce of freedom that we have and telling us to shut the hell up while they get a free platform to talk and do whatever the hell they want. I'm sick of this uneven justice system. Enough is enough, and now is the time to stop. And now we've got some brave voices standing in the gap. But as a quick reminder, get to Restricted Republic. I created this platform specifically because they have been censoring us into oblivion. And this is one way that we could really overcome that. So get to restrictedrepublic.com. Check us out there. Use the coupon code Lisa and the number 5 to get it for $5 per month. And you don't just get me, you also get Justus Knight. And we've got exclusive content that we share there that we're not sharing anywhere else. So I really hope to see you over there so we can join hands against this censorship fight. But speaking of the censorship fight, take a look at the lawsuits that are just exploding, right? Take a look at this first news here. And this is going to be straight off of X, formerly known as Twitter's website, right? And this is Elon Musk's blog post. And he says, protecting the public's right to free speech. Now, this was back in July of 2023. Now, he goes on to talk about this company called CCDH, the Center for Countering Digital Hate. And he says that organization and its backers have been actively working to assert false and misleading claims, encouraging advertisers to pause their investment on the platform. And he's specifically, obviously, referencing Twitter, or X now. He goes on to say that that's why he has filed a legal claim against the CCDH and its backers and the European Climate Foundation. X not only rejects all claims made by them, but through our own investigations, we have identified several ways in which the CCDH is actively working to prevent free speech. So there is one lawsuit being initiated by Elon Musk against the CCDH, but that's not the only one. He's also suing Media Matters. Take a look here. This is on the AP News. Musk X sues liberal advocacy group Media Matters over its report on ads next to hate group post. So there is the second lawsuit there, specifically from Elon Musk. And just to give you an overall idea of what this suit is about, basically Media Matters subscribe to, say IBM or Disney or whoever the advertisers were for Twitter. And then they would subscribe to, Nazi information and all this stuff. And then they would refresh their page hundreds of times, or how many ever times it was, until they got the desired result that they were looking for. So basically, they're the only ones who saw it. Then they took that and used that as evidence. Well, Elon Musk says, you're such a liar and a fabricator, and he is taking them to court. Amen. But that's not all. We also have Rumble taking people to court linked with Media Matters. This is our third one here. Inside Express, Rumble sues 2 individuals linked to Media Matters following X's lawsuit. There's our third one, but never fear, there's also more. And this one is coming from AG Ken Paxton, who is also suing Media Matters, lawsuit number 4. Attorney General Ken Paxton opens investigation into Media Matters for potential fraud activity. So here we have 4 lawsuits. Moving on to lawsuit number 5. And lawsuit number 5 is Consortium News suing the United States government and NewsGuard, who is again a left-wing organization that only pushes left-wing articles. Thank you, Consortium News. Take a look at this. This is on Consortium News. U.S. and NewsGuard are sued for First Amendment violations, defamation in New York federal court. It goes on, the U.S. government and internet so-called watchdog, NewsGuard Technologies, were sued today in federal court in Manhattan for the First Amendment violations and defamation by news organization Consortium for Independent Journalism, a nonprofit that publishes, well, of course, Consortium news. News, by the way, that is more conservative in nature, but that's not all. Let's go to lawsuit number 6, and this is the Daily Wire and the Federalist sue Biden's State Department over censorship efforts. The 6th one, the Daily Wire, the Federalist, and the state of Texas, who actually joined in the lawsuit against the U.S. State Department, alleging that the government agency funded censorship technologies designed to bankrupt domestic media outlets. So here we have the Daily Wire and the Federalist, and as they said, we have the Texas Attorney General who has joined in on this 6th lawsuit saying, hey, we are going to sue them for conspiring to censor American media companies. So here we have 6 major lawsuits going against, NewsGuard, going against Media Matters, going against all these leftist radical organizations and the U.S. State Department, because the bottom line here is they have been censoring us to oblivion, and they've been doing it on purpose, and they have been doing it for quite some time. I am sick and tired of them trying to silence us while they're given free and open platforms, and now is the time to start making our movement. In fact, we already know that the Democrats have made their move. And one of the moves that they made is against one of the richest men in the world, and that is Elon Musk, because he bought the platform, not because it would be financially benefit, but because he wanted free speech for both sides of the aisle. Joe Biden didn't like that, so he decided to use the full force of the government to go after him. Take a look here, and this is on the other side. Biden calls for federal investigation of Elon Musk over relationships he claims with other countries. But here's what he stated specifically when he was asked a little while back. This was information regarding to Elon Musk. Here's what was stated, right? It says, quote, "Do you think Elon Musk is a threat to U.S. national security?" Bloomberg reporter Jenny Leonard asked Biden at his 3rd solo White House press conference. "And should the U.S., and with the tools that we have, investigate his joint acquisition of Twitter with foreign governments, which include the Saudis?" By the way, I'm going to hit the pause button. The Saudis owned it when the other people were in charge. So why suddenly would they have an issue when they didn't do anything, when it was completely controlled by the radical left, right? But yet suddenly Elon acquires it and now it's an issue? That's why, because it's a weaponized DOJ. But anyway, Joe Biden responds with this. "I think that Elon Musk cooperation and other technical relationships with other countries is worthy of being looked at," Biden answered. "Whether or not he is doing anything inappropriate, I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that it's worth being looked at." And she responds with how. And Biden goes, "Well, there are a lot of ways," without elaborating. Since then, pretty much every one of his 3-letter agencies, even the ATF, by the way, I believe it was, and now the FCC and all of them, have all gone after Elon Musk. It's like Joe Biden gave them the marching orders because they didn't like what he did, so they're all going with him going after him using the full force of the law. Interesting. It's weird, right? That's exactly what they accuse Trump of doing when he gets into office. You mean like Joe Biden just did? In fact, take a look at this, because they're really going after Elon Musk. And I don't agree with everything that Elon says, but I'm going to support him in the right areas that he's standing up in. And this is one of those areas. Take a look here. And this is from Brandon Carr. He is, I think, 1/5 of the FCC. He's got a big say in it, but not enough of a say alone. And he says, last year, after Musk acquired Twitter, Biden gave federal agencies the green light to go after him. That was the message I just read to you. And they have. Today, the FCC adds itself to a growing list of federal agencies engaging in the regulatory harassment of Elon Musk, and he dissents this. He does not like it. But he goes on to talk about all the different agencies that have gone after him. And he says the Department of Justice, the Federal Aviation Administration, the Federal Trade Commission, the National Labor Relations Board, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. So it was Fish and Wildlife, not the ATF, sorry. So those are the ones that have literally gone full force after Elon Musk. Why? because they don't like us little conservatives and libertarians. Hell no. And libertarians to have a voice. They just don't. And I'm tired of it. I am sick and tired of it. Anyhow, I told you guys that I would bring you guys good news when we have it. And so this is absolutely some good news for a change that I wanted you to hear. With that, as a quick reminder, please don't forget, go to lisahavengold.com. That's lisahavengold.com. Put this information in if you want to get this free ultimate gold and silver investment guide. We are living on borrowed time when it comes to the economy, when it comes to what we're looking at. And Joe Biden, I purposely believe he's trying to destroy our economy. And this is why I have partnered with them and sponsored with Noble Gold, because we can't wait any longer. I think gold, silver, precious metals are going to be good bartering tools, especially if the crap hits the fan. And the good news is you can call Noble Gold Investments at the number down there and give them a call. Let them know you heard it on Lisa Haven, but they can ship gold, silver, precious metals to your doorstep. And that's why I have been a partner with them for so long. And right now, as an added bonus, they're giving away this 3-ounce American Virtue coin with any approved plan. So make sure you give me a shout out there or fill out that information. Anyhow, I love you all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven signing out.